I'm Mike Huckman at the Bio Buzz Center, and it's a pleasure to welcome Wynton Marsalis, entrepreneur and, of course, musician, who's one of the keynoters here at this year's Bio International Convention. Welcome to the Buzz Center, Wynton, and as a former third trumpet player in the USC Trojan Marching Band, I can't tell you what a thrill it is to meet you.
Man, it's my pleasure.
What is a musician and entrepreneur going to say to this crowd here of life sciences entrepreneurs and other stakeholders? What's your messages for them?
I'm just going to talk about fundamentals, what it takes to be coordinated, how to release the energy of improvisation, the importance of the centrality of a form, and mutual understanding, and things like that, how to make adjustments, things that we do all the time as musicians.
That applies over to the world of business and into science, and it doesn't matter what discipline you're in.
Everything from the simplicity of a musical document. Like I can imagine the music you played in the USC Marching Band, right? Yes. I can imagine we could go anywhere in the world and any musician, any trumpet player could play that music. There's no problem with the formatting of the document.
That's correct.
The same thing can't be said of businesses. You might get 6 different formatted documents from the same company about the same issue. So fundamental things like that.
I wasn't a very good sight reader, though, so it might not apply in my case.
That's all right. The G was in the same place, though.
Yes, it was, always, if I could reach it. You know, the music business, if we could switch topics for a minute, Wynton, it's changing so fast. How difficult and challenging is it to continue to be successful in the music industry today?
You know, for a jazz musician, because I had already a base of fans that I cultivated, nurtured a relationship with my fans over many years playing live. Mm-hmm. It does not impact me that much. But for the younger musicians, with the records industry, the demise of it, with the radio not being what it was in terms of the diversity of it, it limits their opportunities. They have a machine pushing them to stardom. However, they have the opportunity to develop their own community and their own fans. They can speak directly to people, whereas when I was younger, you had to do interviews and things like this.
Yes.
Today, just through your webpage, you can cultivate your own community.
You can Instagram a picture.
You can
send out a tweet.
You can do so many different things, and it actually puts more pressure on you first to learn how to write. I tell my younger musicians it's very important to learn how to write the English language. Even if you only have 150 characters, 140, mm-hmm. become adroit. Yes. Be able to write and communicate your views, because it's superior to an interview.
So besides being able to write good English and to construct a 140 character tweet, what do you and other artists have to do differently or in addition to today in order to survive in the music industry?
Well, I think the other artists that are in fields that are more jam-packed, like and more popular, where everybody's trying to get in and be a piece of it, they have to figure out what's going to be the conduit to their success. For jazz musicians, it's difficult to learn how to play. So
there's so much skill involved.
Skill and engagement with the audience. Like the hardest thing for us to figure out how to do is how can we create a sound that will move an audience with the emotional power? Because in jazz, we are the special effect. It's not
the machine.
It's not the machine. It's not the thing that blows up. Right. We don't have access to pornography. We don't have all the different things that are used to sell music. So, but it's better for us and it's worse. But we've always struggled. We're just in a field that has always struggled.
Right, but it's become more difficult now, given everything you've just talked about. So how do you continue to break through?
You just have to be more serious. And you have to develop a different set of tools. Communication skills are very, very important. And also the music. Like now, I think for our musicians, we have to realize that the audience we're addressing, and when we're playing for them, they don't necessarily know anything about our music. So we have to also invite them into the music. We're not in an era where we can afford to be standoffish or not be community-oriented. Yeah. You know, we have to bring people into the feeling of our music, and we have to figure out how to make our music in such a way that it invites people. And it can't be like a little small set of people that are outsiders that want to be a part of it. You're not gonna be able to survive with that.
And Wynton, is it easier, do you find, for younger, less established artists to gain fame and be successful these days? And how more difficult is it for older artists to learn to adapt and to do everything they're doing so proficiently?
I think it's more difficult today for younger musicians to become known because they don't have the machinery. Was a time when
they've got a tablet or an iPhone and a camera.
How you gonna market yourself? Okay, you're another person with a tablet and an iPhone, another person with a camera, you're another one with a blog, you're another one with when I was younger, and even though there were not a lot of people being known in my field, playing my music even at that time, I could have the benefit of a record company. They could put marketing dollars into my career. Say, okay, we're going to sell records, and they could have influence on radio stations and so on and so forth. And presenters could use the record company and the radio station. Now, the younger musicians don't have that.
You have to be the record company.
And where are you going to get the resources to get behind yourself? There's some pluses to what we have now. But for the younger musicians starting out in my field, in the field of jazz, it's more difficult.
Wynton Marsalis, pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for being here at the Bio Buzz Center.
Get back on that horn.
You don't want to hear that.
I don't mind.